Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I wanted to make another top 5 video, kind of just highlighting a certain sector. In this case, given recent events, I'm going to talk about defense stocks. Now, in a recent video, I talked about it, and if you haven't heard about it on the news, there was a U.S. attack on Syria with Tomahawk missiles, around 50 of them, and it was an attack in response to the chemical attacks that Bashar al-Assad is being accused of. Kind of like in the past, there was really no concrete evidence, but it was, for the most part, pretty open and shut case on that. Now, politics aside, this is just going forward. That if this escalates farther, I mean, this could just be a one-off. You know, it could have just fired the missiles. They did have the base cleared out beforehand, so like not a lot of people were injured. I don't think, maybe if anybody, I'd have to double check, but you know, they just damaged the base. They didn't really damage the airstrip, so the airstrip still is intact. So even though it was a show of force, it didn't really do a lot of damage in terms of, you know, holding the Syria back from anything. But you know, like I said, it was a show of force, and it was coincidental that around the same time China's president Xi Jinping was visiting, so he got to see America in action. So I'm sure that's going to have some other complications in the future. But you could go one route, and you could buy, you know, the Defending America ETF if you have it in your stash app. Now, of course, when you set it up your app originally, it's going to ask you certain questions about your risk tolerance and everything. So depending on how you answer the questions, you may or may not see these particular ETFs that I have. So you might have to change your question and answers to get it. But if you're interested in getting into defense because you think these attacks are going to continue, you know, the war is going to escalate, you know, for whatever reason, you could get this ETF, or I could kind of just run through a few good, popular defense stocks, or in our case, offense stocks, because all they are is built for attacking. But if you wanted to start with a good one, you could go with Raytheon. Now, those missiles I was talking about, those Tomahawk missiles, you know, they were made by Raytheon. Raytheon makes ammunitions, and each one of those missiles, it was about 1.5 million a pop. So you know, that's a good chunk of change right there. But if you go down the description here, I'm not going to read this whole thing, just give you a quick little run through. But Raytheon Co. engages in the development and manufacture of defense and security solutions. It operates to the following segments: integrated defense systems, intelligence, information and services, missile systems, which is the big one right there, space and airborne systems, force point, and corporate. So this stock overall on the past 4 earnings has done decent. You can see quarter 4 here just barely looked like it beat on earnings. Now, with the recent attack, and I highlighted this in a different video, is around this spike right here. Now, this was the initial spike that happened after that attack, because people kind of see that as a potential time to get in. Now, if you look at Raytheon on a 5-year, I mean, it's been consistent all the way up. But if you look at it on a 1-year chart, it's gone a little flat right here and even a little down. So like I said, if you feel like that defense is going to continue going upward, and you know, if you see in my stash app, you know, I invested in the ETF because I just wanted the group of stocks, because I assumed that once this administration got in, you know, war was going to be on their mind, and it looks like barely a few months in, it's already happening. But you know, this is going to be one good company, and again, like I said, this is on the ammunition side, so the other companies will be more in reference to like vehicles and stuff. But you know, those vehicles can get repaired, you know, or they come out with new models, but the new model might be a few years away. Where ammunition, like Raytheon, you know, they're constantly spending it. Once you use that ammunition, it's gone. You got to buy more. So Raytheon can be a pretty pricey investment, but it can also make a lot of money, could grow the quickest. Next one, which is probably one of the most popular ones, is Lockheed Martin. And of course, when you think of Lockheed Martin, you're thinking aircrafts. But in this one here, see Lockheed Martin Co. Corp engages in the research, design, development, manufacture, integration, and sustainment of technology systems, products, and services. It operates through the following segments: aeronautics, missile and fire control, rotary and mission systems, and space systems. So this is a lot more with aircrafts now. Lockheed Martin, I believe, has the F-35, I want to say, contract for the military. And if I'm wrong about the specific model, I mean, they have the contract to make the aircraft, so either way. But and I tell you, those our politicians are like children. They always want the newest aircraft. Like you look at some perfectly functioning aircrafts that we have, and like it's not enough. As soon as a new shiny one comes out, they want to buy it. So the governments, they sign blank checks, $600 billion annually that we spend on military. So that's a lot of fucking planes, basically. But and the market cap's only at 78 billion, so it's got some room to move, and the PE's at 20, so it's kind of at a decent price. Now again, this was that spike up after that attack, and on a 5-year, it shows pretty consistent as well. And then it's gone pretty flat. It's definitely at its all-time high right here, but I think there might be a pullback, that you guys can get in on. So there might be a good opportunity. What's another one here? I'm gonna try to get through these fairly quickly. I'm just trying to give you all an idea of what you get into. You don't necessarily have to buy these. Obviously do your own research. Follow up, check other people, and lists that they choose for top defense stocks. But go with this one. So General Dynamics. General Dynamics Corp operates as an aerospace and defense company that offers a broad portfolio of products and services in business, aviation, combat vehicles, weapon systems, and munitions, shipbuilding, and communication, information technology systems, and solutions. The company operates through the following business groups: aerospace, combat systems, marine systems, and information systems and technology. So you're having a lot with other military vehicles built, like tanks and ships and subs and stuff like that, and engines, all the hardware. And you can see on earnings on this company, I mean, it's fairly consistent of how much it beats on. So these past 4 in a row, it's been pretty clear. And the PE's around 19, so a little less, so maybe a little bit better deal. Market cap's only at 56 billion. And same thing. In that first week, there's this big spike up right after that attack. And then on a 5-year chart, I mean, it went pretty sideways here for a little bit, but then once it hit early 2016, it looks like it just continued upward. Now it's come a little bit off of its high ever since earlier a few months ago. So it might be a good time to get in, but maybe you can wait just a little bit more for a little bit better pullback. Most of these are going to be at all-time highs, so it's either you buy it and hope for the best, or you kind of put it on your radar and wait for a little bit. Another one, Northrop Grumman. So Northrop cannot say this one. Northrop Grumman Corp engages in the development and provision of security products and solutions. It operates through the following segments: aerospace systems, electronic systems, information systems, and technical systems. A lot of what this one does is a little more diversified, but there's a lot more control systems and radar and combat support systems. This works in tandem with a lot of like the individual military units. Communication seems like it's a big part of this one. And this one also is beaten consistently on earnings. Now the individual earnings reports are a little more stagnant than General Dynamics was, but it's consistently been beating. So that's always good. And the PE's at 19 as well, and 41 billion market cap's a little cheaper overall to buy. And on that 1 week, same thing. It had to spike up right here right after that attack. Every time there's a big attack or something in the news, defense stocks always jump. On a 5-year, it's been very consistent, so it's been very strong stock. It looks like it's had a bit of a pullback off this top spiker here at 247, and it's come down. It might be a good idea to get into this one around now, but you could probably wait till it pulls back around to this level, maybe around 235 or so. But going forward, like I said, a lot of these stocks you're gonna be paying a little bit more for them. But like I said in other videos, I always pay for a PE around 15 to 20, and it looks like all these stocks are around there. So they're probably profitable for the long run. So these are definitely going to be buy and hold stocks. You're not going to like day trade these. And then the last one, United Technologies. Now, United Technologies Corp engages in the provision of products and services to the building systems and aerospace industries worldwide. It operates through the following business segments: Otis, UTC Climate Controls and Security, Pratt and Whitney, UTC Aerospace Systems, and other. Now, this has a little bit of domestic purpose or domestic sales and products with it, which is good because it'll give you a little more diversified portfolio. So you don't just go hardcore defense. You can actually have some domestic sales in it, kind of like Boeing. Like Boeing has military contracts as well as domestic products that it makes. So it's spread between the two. And this one has beaten on last four earnings. The most recent earning Q4 looks like it just barely beat. May even be dead even. I can't quite tell. And this one has an 18 PE, probably the cheapest one so far. And then a market cap of 91. So now this one did not get that place spike off of the military attack. Now more than likely, like I said, because it's well spread out with its domestic sales as well. But like I said, it does have contracts with the government as well, so you can play both sides. There was a slow spike up though, but it wasn't that immediate jolt, like kind of like this downward motion right here. On a 5-year, it looks like it came down pretty good in around September. I'll be honest, in the past on this one, I haven't followed this one this far back, so I couldn't tell you exactly why this came down. But going forward, it's been climbing up. So you had another good dip to buy right here. Probably missed out on that. It's going kind of sideways right here. It might give back some of its gains, maybe somewhere around this dip level. That'd probably be a good time to get into it. So again, like I said, those are just some of the many defense stocks that you all can get into. Like I said, going forward, if you think this military attack is going to be more than just a one-off, which I think it won't be escalating to a war. At least I hope not. But I do think that, if you're going to fire them off once, you're probably going to fire them off again. Like someone else is going to challenge you, and you're going to have to kind of show that force. Now, if every other country in the world sees that as, oh, he's in charge, I'm going to do what he says because he has the power of the missiles, I'm going to back off, which is unlikely, then that's fine. But for right now, it seems pretty tame. Since Russia and Syria are allies, and that was an attack on Syria, I think Vladimir Putin's trying to be the middleman, possibly negotiate something. I don't know. So that's the kind of news I'm waiting for to come out. Once there's more conversation with that, then that'll probably escalate it to the next stage, or then it might diffuse the situation. So I'm going to keep up on the news. But like I said, I'm invested in defense stocks, so this is definitely interesting to me, and I'll probably follow up on it more to let you all know. So with that, I'm just going to let it go. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. I'll do my best to answer. And as always, if you like my content, help me out. Click like and subscribe, and I'll keep making the videos coming. And I hope to talk to you all the next time.